Fighting out of the blue corner, Ian Uncle Creepy McCall.
Really showing his dominance on the mat.
For the winner by majority decision, Demetrious Johnson.
Unfortunately, controversy has stuck to us like glue lately. And these things happen. Human error happens. The Demetrious Johnson, Ian McCall fight was not scored properly. The fight was a draw. And in the case of a draw, the fight was supposed to go to a fourth round. I mean, I don't even know what to say.
My name is Ian McCall. I'm 27 years old, and I fight at 125 pounds, which is flyweight. I got started in MMA by watching UFC, and I just wanted a piece of it. You know, a big part of it was I liked fighting. I like fist fighting. I never wanted to go into the family business. I never wanted to do that. So that's a dream come true. I get to beat somebody up and make enough money to live off of and take care of a whole family. Great. My career has hit the 10-year mark. I've been fighting for 10 years now. The first 8 of it were just a pure hobby. I mean, even when I fought for WEC, it was, I don't know what it was.
My name is Romeo Danza. I fight for Team Oyama, teammate of Ian McCall. I was flown in to Sydney with Ian. Coach couldn't make it. He had way too many fights to handle back in the States, so I came in just to hang out with Ian, try and keep him calm, pat him up, and just make sure his weight was fine and keep him out of trouble.
Having a training partner with you, I flew Romeo out myself. UFC only flies one person. And, you know, it's expensive. It's like $2,000 to fly somebody out. But I needed it. My coach was busy, and I want more than one person. And, you know, he's, you know, he knows what it is to be a world champion.
I think he's just the ball of energy. He's just going to keep going and going, and he's tough as fuck.
He keeps me on point. You always have to have somebody pushing you and telling you, okay, it's probably time to, you know, go bust our ass.
He's got a lot of heart, man. He's all heart. He's funny fucking character. You know, strength as a person. he's hilarious. You know, he's fun to be around, always.
You know, I like talking shit, and, you know, just, if you have multiple people around, it's not just one conversation, the same thing all the time. You know, it's, you always interact with, especially someone you know, on a personal level, always, or interact with each person a little bit differently.
You don't have a good team, then you ain't shit, you know? I mean, your team is your base. You need a good base. You need good support, good motivation, and the team gives you all that.
Training-wise, I've been going to Boxing Works, and that's a good gym. I mean, I like the setup. It's 3 levels. They put us in the furnace room at the bottom. It looks nice and hot, which was miserable, of course, because I had, you know, sweats and a sweatshirt on. I've always trained serious when I'm in the gym. When I'm in the gym, it's, you know, it's go time. When it comes to cutting weight, I was always good at cutting weight. For me, I start a camp at about 150 pounds. I go from there, about 8 weeks out, I'm about 145. The last week, I start drinking distilled water. First few days, I go half and half. And then about 3 days before, it's all distilled. And then my body starts to just shrink. Every day, I lose a few pounds. I was 13 pounds 24 hours before I weighed in. And I had breakfast, I had a small lunch, and I drank about 2 gallons of water in the morning till about 2 o'clock. You know, and Bert Watson, the guy who runs the show, backstage, he's like, well, after I made weight, he pulled me aside. Man, I'm not gonna lie, you had me a little worried. You know, you were 13 and a half over or whatever yesterday. I said, but you know, thank you, good job. My hyperhydration as far as getting back up this Pedialyte, my water, all my supplements, all the good stuff. I do an IV, which is totally legal. Anyway, it's not illegal to do. So I'll probably eat 6 meals before I fight. I come from a very strict Muay Thai gym, you know, where I get beat up kickboxing all the time by real kickboxers, not MMA kickboxers. And with that in mind, you know, I throw a lot of kicks. I like to chop people's legs because when people stop moving, they become, you know, immobile targets that you can just pepper and beat the crap out of. With this fight, as far as thinking if you know I have something to prove or they have something to prove because I am number one, I think personally it's I have something to prove. I obviously see myself as a much superior fighter to anyone here. It's just the fact that I need to prove it. All it comes down to. I need to show, I need to prove my wealth, and we will. I'm more of a defensive wrestler. Sure, I can take people down, but I want to keep it up. You know, or I want to catch you coming in, pick you up, hurt you with an elbow. I love throwing elbows. Man, I just started throwing them a lot standing. The first elbow I ever threw standing, I crumpled somebody. I was like, these things really work. Holy shit. You know, they're just great. From there, I love to punch, love to knee. In the clinch is where I like to do a lot of takedowns because I can hurt you from there. I don't care if you take my leg, great, good for you. I'm still gonna hurt you. You know, I have good defensive wrestling. I'm gonna punch you and knee you and elbow you while you're holding my leg. Dropped every single person I've fought at 125 with punches or elbows. So I think I bring a pretty dangerous arsenal of things to this fight. I'm excited to show them off to everybody because it's going to be pretty cool. I think people are going to really appreciate the way that I fight.
Tonight was the night that should have gone the 4th round. This thing would be decided and we'd be looking at the title fight, you know, but like I said, controversy seems to be stuck to us like glue these days, so what are you going to do? I mean, seriously.
Me and him will have a rematch and do it again, and I was ready to go the 4th round and do my job, you know. We were waiting in the corner. Matt was like, might be going 4th round, baby. Let's do it. Get your composed, get ready to go. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And he came in there, and they're like, all right, that's it. You got the decision. We're like, all right, sweet. So it is what it is. It happens.
Shoot, we get to fight again. I mean, you guys had a good time, right? So we'll put on another show and whatever. I'm happy because I got a little vindicated, but we can do it again, and that's awesome.
Now we got to start over from scratch, you know, from round 1. We know how they measure up against each other, so I mean, we'll switch some things around, and then it should be good outcome.
The world is like a ride at an amusement park, and when you choose to go on it, you think it's real, because that's how powerful our minds are. The ride goes up and down and around and around. It has thrills and chills, and it's very brightly colored, and it's very loud. And it's fun for a while. Some people have been on the ride for a long time, and they begin to question.
Don't get sloppy with those hands again. Come on, man. Keep your hands up. Take a deep breath.
Once again, it's McCall in top position.
I feel up.
Shut him up. We have a lot invested in this ride. Shut him up. Look at my furrows of worry. Look at my big bank account and my family. This is
Okay, you ready to fight? You ready to fight? Bring it up.
3 rounds and a 4th sudden victory round.